Hi everyone, so this video is a follow-up to the tutorial where I showed how to make this ridged flower pot in Blender. And there were some people in the comments who were wanting to do some extra things with that flower pot. So for example, some people were asking how to make the ridges slanted like this. And also people were asking how can we make the inside of the flower pot smooth or flat while maintaining the curvature on the outside. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. I'm going to show you how to do those two things. We're going to start off with the making the ridges slanted, because that is the easiest of the two different things, and then the rest of the video will be about how to make the inside of the pot flat. Okay. So to make the ridges slanted, we're going to select the flower pot, click on Add Modifier, and we want to add, under the Deform section, Simple Deform. Okay, we're going to leave it set to twist, but we're going to change the axis to Z. All right, and that will just twist the pot around the Z axis, and that will cause the ridges to become slanted. It's probably going to look pretty good between if you set the angle of the twist between 30 and maybe 60 degrees. Even at 60 degrees, those ridges are getting pretty thin looking, in my opinion. You can have them be thin, but if you go above 60, like maybe you want to do something pretty extreme like 90, and you feel like the ridges are too thin, to fix that, what you would do is follow the tutorial where we made the flower pot, but there's a part in there where near the beginning where I set the array modifier to make the number of ridges, and I set that to 100 because I wanted 100 ridges. Well, you would just make fewer ridges, maybe 90 ridges, maybe 80 ridges, and so you would set that array modifier to a count of 90 or 80 or 70. You would have to experiment. But that would give you fewer ridges, and then therefore each ridge would be larger relative to the pot. So that's what you would do to make the ridges thicker. But it looks pretty good at a 45-degree angle, I think. If you're happy with that, you could just leave the pot like it is. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and remove the Simple Deform modifier. So now the ridges are back to being straight, and like I said, the rest of the video we're going to dedicate to learning how to make the inside of the pot flat. And we're going to do that with by adding a vertex group to the lattice modifier. That way the modifier only affects the vertices in that vertex group. Now I do want to say one thing to keep in mind if you do this is that the wrong thing. The cross section right here where the flower pot curves out on the outside but stays flat on the inside, your wall is going to be thicker there. So just keep that in mind. If you're fine with that, then you can go ahead and do this, of course. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is get us back to our starting point where we left off on the tutorial. And so I'm going to remove the vertex group here from the modifier, and also I'm going to delete the vertex. So we didn't make any vertex groups in the original tutorial, so this is our starting point. So I'll show you how to make the vertex group and then how to apply it in the lattice modifier. But you should already have the lattice modifier. If you don't, you click on Add Modifier, go to Deform. Well, make sure you select the pot first, and then click on Add Modifier. Under Deform, you'll find the lattice modifier there. But you should have it as part of following the previous tutorial. Okay, so what we want to do is select the flower pot, come over here to the Data tab. Okay, now keep in mind that the Data tab, its icon can change based on what object you have selected. So for instance, if I select the camera, we get a camera icon. If I select the lattice, we get a lattice icon. And so the icon can change, but it's still the Data tab. So we're going to select the flower pot. We get like 3 vertices making a face or something. And here we have a section called Vertex Groups, and we can add vertex groups. Okay, By default, it just calls them group. If you add another one, it calls it group.001.002, etc. I'm going to delete these two. So we just want this one group. In a large project, if you have a lot of vertex groups, you'll definitely want to rename the groups. In a small project like this, you can definitely leave it just set to group if you want, because there's only one and you probably know what it is. But if you want to rename it, just double click on it and then you'll be able to edit it. It's a little difficult. I've got a pen and tablet and sometimes the double click doesn't work too good. Okay, there we go. And so I'm going to call this outer verts. You can call it whatever you want though, whatever makes sense. But right now it's an empty vertex group. It doesn't have any vertices in it. It actually, if we go over to the modifiers and assign that vertex group, the entire vase will become flat, because now what's happening is that the lattice is being applied to an empty vertex group, a vertex group with no vertices. So that means it will have no effect at all on the vase. I'm just going to go back and remove that group for now. Okay, so back to the data tab. So what we need to do is assign vertices to our vertex group. And we're going to do that by going into edit mode on the vase. So I'm going to hit tab to go into edit mode. And what we want to do is somehow be able to select all of the outside vertices. And so what we can do to make that easy is select this ring of faces here. So make sure you're in face select mode and just double click on an edge between two faces in this ring. Like I said, my pen and tablet, sometimes it doesn't quite, there we go. So I have to switch over to the mouse. Sometimes the double click feature doesn't work well for me. Okay, so once we select that ring of faces, we can hit Control plus and expand that selection. Now the reason I didn't double click on say this edge right here is because it doesn't select these. That would have been great, but it just doesn't work. So instead it does work on these, so I selected those and just hit Control plus and it will expand that selection. And then we can hit H on the keypad or the keyboard to hide those. Okay, so now we essentially have our outside vertices separated from our inner vertices, and we can select any face on the outside here, and then with our mouse over our object here, over the outside verts, go ahead and press the L key for link. So it will just select all of the faces linked to that face. Okay, but you have to have your mouse over the object. So if I have my mouse over here and I hit L, it doesn't work. I don't think it will work if I have it over here. Yeah, see, in that case, it selected all of the inner verts. So you want to have your mouse over the vertices that you want to select when you hit L. Okay. So now we've got the outside vertices selected. We're just going to, with the outer verts group selected, we're going to click assign, and nothing appears to happen, but they were assigned. We can test that by deselecting everything and then coming over here and clicking select, and you can see it selected all of the vertices in that group. So we've made our vertex group. I'm going to hit Alt H to unhide those top faces there, and then we're going to hit tab and go back into object mode. Okay, so now that we've got our vertex group created, we can come over here to the modifiers and select the vertex group, and so now the lattice is only being applied to those outer vertices and not to the ones on the inside. All right, so that was just something that would have been a little difficult to try to explain in a comment, so that's why I decided to make it into a video. All right, so that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see all of you in future videos.